This one is made out of autumn olive, but this one is made out of maple. Well, it's going to be made out of maple, and this maple came from my backyard. I had to cut the tree down, I think maybe 2 years ago, something like that. And it's been a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. It's been seasoning all that time, and today is the day this will become a shillelagh, and it's going to be interesting. This is going to be my first time making one on camera, and I'm going to try and do it start to finish. I actually started it on a video just before this. I stopped it because I had an important phone call. Hate when that happens, but hey, sometimes, duty calls, as they say. So, this is where we are. This is where I'm going to get started, and now I'm like straightening out the stick portion of this. The most exciting part, I'll tell you. Oh, and you know what I have not been wearing this whole time? Safety glasses. I'm a big proponent on safety glasses. I took welding in high school, and I had a teacher that told us a particularly scary story, actually, and it is why I become such a stickler for safety glasses. My dad was always strict on it, and I appreciate him being strict. He was eye protection and ear protection, and I'm very happy about the ear protection because I have pretty dang good hearing for my age, and some of my friends do not from not wearing ear protection. But anyway, so the story is there's a guy that worked at the sawmill. My welding teacher at the time worked at a sawmill in mid-Michigan. And my teacher was always a stickler for wearing safety glasses. He just was. This happened in the 80s. And he was working with this guy, like I was saying. And this guy would never wear safety glasses. And the guys were just like, give it a thought. OSHA wasn't then what it is now. And he goes, no, these guys are crazy, sissies, yada, yada. And he, one day, actually got a sliver in his eye from running the chainsaw, I believe it was, and it got him right dead in the eye. And it messed him up pretty good, pretty much shut him down for the rest of the day. And by the next morning, he was not looking good. He was looking pretty bad. And the guys at the camp were kind of like, hey, maybe you should, go to the hospital and get that checked out. And he said, no, you guys are sissies, you don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, okay, man, but we really think you should get your eye checked out, Well, by the end of day 2, this guy was actually starting to be in really bad shape. And I mean, he was starting to get, physically ill from this. And I believe by the next morning, I think it was day 3 or day 4, the guy actually died. And it was from the wood sliver in his eye from not wearing safety glasses that had caused an infection, and it went straight to his brain and infected his brain, and it killed him. But within less than a week, he was dead from that. So always wear eye protection. I have had things get under my eye protection. You can't stop everything, but eyes and ears, those are the ones that I'm most favorable about. And don't wear gloves when you run rotating machinery, bandsaws, stuff like that. No gloves. Do not wear gloves. You can get your hands caught in there so bad with the gloves. And when the glove is caught, you're good luck getting your hand out of it. Luckily, I've never had that happen. But there's, as they say, safety rules are written in blood, and they are. And it's a sobering reminder of how scary it can be when something gets a hold of you and it's stronger than you are, or it's faster than you, or whatever, more unforgiving than you at least. But yeah, it is the reality of safety third. I don't practice safety first. And what I'm doing right now, I'm straightening out a stick. I'm going to make this into a shillelagh, cudgel, whatever you want to call it. You can see it's kind of getting a bow in it a little bit. Oh, I got to put this over here. Hang on. Is that right? We'll call that good. Probably the dumbest thing I could do, but it's what we're going to do today. Anyway, so hopefully the connection speeds up a little bit with that change. Okay, so as you can see, as I was saying, there are bends in this that got to come out of it. And that's what I'm slowly working at. You can see it gets a little wobbly this way. There's also a big one this way. I'm not going to be able to get this big one out all the way, but I'll be able to get out a fair amount of it. So actually, let's work on this right now. And then I put my shop towel on here. And when I say shop towel, it is just an old towel, old bath towel. Those are my favorite things for shop towels. They're highly absorbent. Does not matter if they get ruined or destroyed. You got elderly neighbors or elderly relatives that have a bunch of towels. See if you can get a few of them. They are awesome for the shop. I have the red ones, but those are they're really not worth much. Unless you can get the old-fashioned kind. And I don't even know where to get those anymore, because the ones they sell these days, they just ain't there. They're missing the mark. And what I'm doing now is I'm getting some heat on the stick. And some will use like steam. I don't use steam. I'm actually a little leery of using steam. It seems like it could cause severe cracking, because when water gets in something and you're trying to get it to a steaming point, it just seems like it could cause it to crack. I don't know, I could be crazy, but that's what it is. Oh, my cigar went out. I'm going to have to relight it in a minute. Where's my torch go? Oh, I'll do it right now. And that is my absolute favorite way to light a cigar, is actually with the blowtorch. I know it's kind of like watching paint dry when you're just running heat under a stick, but hey, it's the process. This is the way it goes. And there's my power cord, just taking up space with me. And this will be about all I'm going to try and do for straightening this part of the stick. Let's actually just push with hands. Sometimes I can use my body weight, which I am, but I gotta hold on to this one to do it. Not always, but that's the way this one's rolling. The heck was that sound? Let's see if it's still warm. Yeah, it's still pretty warm, so we're gonna hang on to this for a minute. Oh, there it goes. Like I said, these sticks, they break, and this one just did. Just like that. Now this stick is officially garbage. I broke it, it's done. What are you gonna do? But, you know what? For fun, I'm gonna keep working on it, because why waste the time? So, here we go. Now I'm gonna actually start shaping the head end of this. The cudgel end. Now that we no longer need the services of the heat gun, I'm gonna be unplugging this. Not get too close this time like I did last time. Like a nerd. Almost fell backwards off the thing. Now that was not fun. Okay. How goes there, everybody? I just broke my stick. Just snapped it right down here, but I'm still gonna finish this while I'm here. So here we go. I'm gonna start cutting these ends off, and I'll actually be doing some rasping on it, just to show you guys the whole story. Kind of like the whole thing from beginning to end in one take. That's my goal here. And I don't know what it is with this particular species of maple, but this stuff snaps so easy. Easier than any other wood I've ever worked with. Right now I'm just cutting off where branches were, and it's just to get it more to that aesthetic that we love and know, the Irish style clearly. Okay, there we go. So I got everything cut off. Now I'm able to start working on this a bit, and I think I'm actually gonna. Let's see. I don't have a marker out here, do I? Let's see if I got a marker. Nope, not one. I think that's something. Okay. Well, we'll use my little mechanical pencil, I guess. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Rachel from Femme, and I am making... Actually, I'll draw it on this side. I'll draw it for you guys too, give you a rough idea of what I'm doing, if you can even see. Actually, let's see. Let's see how soapstone works. Soapstone kind of works. Let me try soapstone. So I'm gonna kind of somewhere around. And here's where I'm gonna round it off to, somewhere around there. I'm gonna draw similar to the back side of it so I can see what I'm doing. And I'll go across the top, come around this big knot right here. But I did break this stick, so just so you know, I am working on a broken stick. I am just doing this just to show you guys how it's done. And hopefully I can make something, at least so you guys get the general idea of what goes into making a stick. Let's see, we'll actually start here, across the top. Get up, Barry. There you go. That's why it is not. Well, this is a bugger. Like I said, I'm trying to like one take shillelagh kind of thing. And it'd be about upwards of an hour. This might not be because I already did some straightening and stuff before I got to this point. There we go. Now that I got that off, so if you guys can see, I'm loosely following this white line. I only had a piece of soapstone, so it's not super great, but it's what I got to work with. There we go. And then cut. I'm gonna readjust. I'm gonna take it off now this way. There we go. Alright, so I'll start cutting this way. Cut off the back. Now I could do this all with like a rasp, and it does get through pretty quick. But this is the way I'm gonna be rolling today. There we go. That's a better system. Okay. I still think I might cut a little bit this way. But I'm going to cover it with a towel so I don't scar up the wood. So, I'm going to turn this a little bit so you guys have a better idea. You won't be able to see it much better, but you'll get an idea. Okay, let's move this. We'll call that good enough. Because that's all I got. I mean, I could... Let's try it. I got some stuff in the way. Some knives and a big old giant spoon. I don't know what you do with the battle spoon or a polearm spoon, as one person called it. But you put it in places that gets in the way. That's what you do with those big spoons. Put them in the way. If you need to get somewhere, get one of those. It'll put them in the way. Okay, you gotta come down. Let's put you here. Now look at this can of worms I opened up. Now I got cords all over the place. Ain't that unsightly? Let's see if I can get this unplugged with the big old spoon now. Try to appease everyone, and then in the end, I appease nobody. Oh boy. Sorry guys. I'm a nerd. I'm doing nerdy things. Because that's what nerdy people do. Nerdy things. There goes my oil. I'm just burning down the house now, ain't I? Okay, let's try that. Okay, hey, we kind of got something going. Alright. I'm going to try and kind of come through this way. There we go. Ooh, we can get that way. There we go. Okay. And so, you're seeing like a rough shillelagh head forming. I'm going to cut off a little bit this way on this side. I'm going to cut off a bit this way on this side, and the same with the front. That's just going to make it to be a little bit easier to work with. Oh, and this head bark's going to come off anyway. It got split real good when it was curing, seasoning, however you want to view it. So here's where we are. And then I'm going to come up a little bit from here. See where I can get it from. It's a little bit awkward. See where I can get this. Alright. There we go. I'll try and cut a little off this end. I'll try and come out from this end like I said. There we go. Alright, now, hey guys. It just showed up. I'm making a cudgel, a shillelagh, if you will. Now I want to start shaping it. And this rasp is the cat's pajamas. I love this thing. Shinto from Japan. Japanese rock. For sure on this. Get that away from there. Horrible sound. And it starts shaping up pretty quickly, to be honest. Once you start getting pieces cut and getting it more to that ideal shape that you're after. And this bark's going to keep breaking off as I go. It's just the nature of it. Can't save all the bark, not always. Hey guys, there's a bunch of you here now. I'm Rachel. I'm out of Detroit. I'm making a shillelagh from a maple branch I cut from a maple tree I took down about a year and a half ago. And I'm just seeing about making one live, like a one-take type deal, seeing how it'll go. And I'll show you what I'm working with because I gotta readjust. So, this is where we stand right now. And I did break this. This is a broken stick. I actually, see if you guys can see it. I fractured it real good. But I'm going to do this just for fun, just to see how far I can get with it in, one take. So I'm going to readjust. Put it in here. Right about there. Okay. And get back to rasping again. This is working on that nice shape you see on shillelaghs. Just little by little working into that shape. And it's pretty amazing actually how quickly this thing can work its way through the wood. It really does make quick work of this. I actually should be wearing a glove when doing this on my left hand. I always end up cutting my left hand when I do this. Actually, it took quite a while for the last one to heal. That one got me really good. That was no fun. This is my favorite way to light a cigar bar gun. I don't know why, but it works. It's fast. Alright, back to it. Just little by little getting that dome top going. That's what I'm doing here. If you can, let's see if you guys can see. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Get these maple pieces out the way. There goes that. The internet is falling. If you've seen how badly I had it set up, you'd understand. Just got a phone call. Okay, hi guys, I am back. The phone call is done. She didn't know I was live, but it was an important phone call nonetheless. Let's see if we can get back to going live again. We're on Facebook. And let's put shillelagh making. And it's so hard to spell this word right. The first time for me always. There we go. Shillelagh making time. There we go. And we're live again. Okay. Alright. Go. Back at it. And I wear a glove usually on one hand while I do it. I'm gonna probably have to put both on because I'm working from both sides. And I have gouged myself pretty good. This rasp, you can see, it's got some mean teeth on it. And I got myself with the coarse end, and it gouged my thumb actually on this side pretty dang good. It took a couple weeks to heal. That did not feel good. No, it was not fun. Before anybody asked, that did not feel good. All right, anyway, I am Rachel. You are live with Femme. I'm out of Detroit, Michigan. I am making a shillelagh, a cudgel, if you will, whatever you would like to call it. But that is what we are here doing today. And this is actually just a test piece to see if I am able to make something like this happen. Nope, that's a little too low. We'll go a little bit higher. Let's see if I can make it happen in like one take. That's kind of my goal. And I compromised this stick earlier. I smashed it. Actually, I didn't. I snapped it. You can't see it right now because it's hidden in the vise, but I did break it when I was trying to straighten it up. It does happen. This species of maple is the one I've had to break on me. I had the one that's broken on me the most. And truthfully, I don't know why this one breaks so easily, but man, does it. It takes so little to break this species. But it breaks. And it's a soul-crushing sound every time you hear it. But hey, it makes you less emotionally attached to things. And when you're making things, it's a blessing, because I've had things I put a lot of time into. And like this, you know, they went belly up pretty fast. But it still hurts. Don't anyone fool you, it still hurts. But you just gotta get another stick and start over. But like I said, I'm doing this like one time live, and that's just how we're gonna be rolling today. So I'm gonna continue seeing it through. I was actually gonna think about making it like a giveaway, but I broke it. So we'll just fix it or finish it, and you can see it's part of the process, and that'll be cool as well. And like the bark, this bark actually comes off very easily. I've lost most of the bark already. Some of this is gonna end up staying, because I'm not going to put a ton of effort into removing it. Sometimes I'll do it where I'll have like an even amount on both sides. It looks pretty cool, and it'll be like completely rasped off. You know what I mean? And yeah. And if you guys want to see, yes, I do make sticks. I have a bunch behind me. Those are battle spoons. But I'll actually grab one of my shillelaghs right here. This one right here, I made this out of autumn olive. And this is one of my favorite ones ever. It's actually up for sale on my website. That's in the description if you want to go check it out. I have other sticks available as well. But this is autumn olive. It's an extremely invasive species in at least Michigan. And so I try to get a bunch of staves every year and then let them sit. And they season pretty quickly. They can season in about a year, sometimes even less. I've had them season up really quickly. And I'll show you another one right here. This is another one I made. It's actually from the same exact bush. It's also from autumn olive. And autumn olive, by the way, they have really good berries on them, despite being incredibly invasive. But this is a good, strong stick. I mean, I'm 200 pounds, and this thing, it ain't going anywhere. But yeah, this one, it's also available on my site if you want to go check it out, by all means. Until then, give me a like on this and a follow. There we go. There, I'm working at it. Slowly but surely. Let's see if my cigar's still lit. It is. Hallelujah. right now what I'm doing, I'm just getting the rough shape. It's actually, I mean, the total shape. This is going to be the overall shape of this. That sound, I do not like it. I can only imagine how it sounds for you guys. Actually, I forgot to move this back. I apologize. But anyway, to the guys, to the people from around the world, little boys and girls around the world, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Rachel Forge LaFemme coming at you from Detroit, Michigan. And I am making a cudgel, or a shillelagh, if you will. And this is just the stage we are currently at. And like I said, I broke this stick a little while ago. So you guys didn't get to see the break, unfortunately, that just showed up. But I did compromise it, so it's just going to be, see, there goes the rest of the bark. Let's see if I can get some more of that off. Actually, we're going to readjust. You can see it's starting to get that iconic shape. We're going to work a little more on this side. Not everybody always likes it so, you know, clean and proper and whatnot. Like, as it sits, it's actually a good ball fit in your hand. But anyway, let's talk more rasp. Look at this here, like this. Get this moved over. And I put the towel in there so I can actually not get the damage from the jaws, like the little knurling in there. So this is what I do. Use a shop towel. And you know, like one of the best ways to get old shop towels that are really absorbent, because you know we have spills and whatnot, is ask your elder relatives and friends, or even your neighbors, if they have a bunch of towels. Elder people love to hang on to them for a long time, and they're really well worn, and they've been washed and dried so many times. And these things are fantastic, and you'll never worry about them getting messed up or anything like that. And yeah, and they're free. The cigar that I am smoking, this is a Dominican, and it's Maker's Choice. I get them from cigarbig.com. I love these things. I like these better than most of the more expensive ones I've had. Even some of these expensive ones I was not impressed with. And yes, I have had a real Cuban, and no, I did not think it was worth the price, not even close, but it was cool to have one. The fun thing about a Cuban that I did really appreciate was cigars can give you kind of a really funky, acrid cigar breath, and it could sit with you like for days. And the Cuban actually did not. But what's more interesting, Cuba is the world's largest importer of tobacco. And they get their tobacco imported from Nicaragua and the Dominican. They have been, I believe they've been importing tobacco since like the 2010s era, if I recall. And something interesting is I actually prefer Nicaraguans over Cubans. And when I found that out, that was actually kind of a fun little, oh, well, that makes, you know, sense. Why people like these Cubans so much, at least today, is because they're smoking Nicaraguan tobacco. And for short, some people call them Nicas. Nicaraguan. Like Nica Privada? No, Liga Privada and Nica, I can't remember the other one's called. Nica Rustico, that's what it's called. Nica Rustico. Alright, here I'm gonna go back. Let's keep the eye on the prize, y'all. Let's see if I can keep the eye on the prize. I am having quite a day, let me tell you. I'm getting hung up on everything. It's just one of them days where it's just like not my day. Although I did get my treadmill up and running, so that was pretty cool. And as you can see, I need to get on the treadmill a bit, and it was nice. That guy is out. That's a good stick though, ain't gonna lie. Alright. I'm gonna probably have to twist this guy up a bit. Turn it to get a different angle. And right now, I'm actually deciding, as you can see right here, this is the part I'm debating getting torn out of there. Well, rasping it out of there, because I don't know if I actually want it yet. You know, it looks kind of odd, I'll be completely honest. But some people like oddities like this in their sticks. It's just one of those things where they're like, you know, it just, you could tell it was from a tree and it's nature made. And it's the kind of stuff you can't really force it. You can only, I guess, hope for it if you like that kind of thing. And I do like to wear leather gloves when I do this. These can actually, these little teeth on here, the big ones and the small ones, they can really beat your hands up pretty good. I don't know about you, but I don't like my hands being, well, like that, the way this makes them. Now, cook bacon, as they say in the South. That little sound is so bad. Actually, we'll get to this because I'm getting close to the neck. That's what I'll call the neck. I'll actually, no, because of the way it's going, we'll pull it this way. I'll pull the towel over it so it guards it a little bit, because this will bite right into that bark. And if you want a little bit of a bark end, it'll rip right through it. No mercy at all. And as you can see, there's more and more bark starting to come off. Oh, hey, Schuster, hello. Yeah, I'm making a cudgel, a shillelagh, if you will. And I actually broke this one trying to straighten it out. It's got a heck of a snap in it, but I'm just staying on it just to show the whole idea of what it takes to make one. I'm trying to do it kind of like in like one take, but it's been, actually, I think this is the third take because some important phone calls came in that I couldn't let up for. But anyway, so this is where we're at, and you can see right there, it's actually, it might not look that bad, but I think it's actually, I don't know, maybe it is salvageable. But either way, it's got a heck of a crack in it, and it popped pretty dang loud too when it cracked. The jerk. So anyway, now I'm gonna put this back in the vise. See if I can make it not make that god awful sound. Oh my god, is it horrible. Mom said she just got on the plane, if I do recall. Can you hear me? Come on. I'm actually going to keep some of that. Keeps it a little bit wild looking. You know where the wild things are. I gotta get, oh, there we go. That came out awesome. Perfection. This maple species is so strange. It grows little sucker branches from the weirdest locations sometimes. I don't fully get why. It's not native to here, that's all I know. Not this particular one. And it's quite a little jerk. Alright, let's see if I can do, oh, this is being difficult. I'll hold on to it. That's what I'll do. Okay. Where did this branch? This branch came from a maple tree that's in my backyard. You might have seen it when you were here. The big, tall, tree sticking up in the backyard with no branches. That's what this came from. Actually, that's gonna come out this spring. I'm gonna tear that out. Yep, there goes some more bark. I don't know what it is with this species. The bark comes off very easily, and it cracks very, very easily. Every species has kind of its way about it, and this one has its way about it just the same as any others. Seems like the ones with the thinner bark, they at least the bark will start cracking easily. Okay, all right. So you can see it's getting that more iconic shape more and more as it goes. All right, and then I'm gonna do it. Let's do it this way. Okay. All right, let's go. And so I don't scrap the bark around underneath. I will not be like hand sanding this or anything. It just isn't one of those pieces anymore now that I broke the dang thing. I thought it would have been cool to make it live and make it like a giveaway, but I don't think that's gonna work. I might keep it for hanging out on the front porch with or something to scare away those kids, those mean rascal kids. Sounds that this thing makes as you go around, that's just crazy. It's like demons from hell. Okay, so I'm gonna actually cut the end off. Actually, yeah, we won't worry about that because it's a broken one. I'm gonna cut the end off to show you what it'd be like for a shillelagh. After I put this away. So, put you away, put you away, and then we got the big old saw. We'll put it right here. Why not? There we go. And I'll hang you up. Because I'm actually going to start hanging up here in a minute. Put you though. Right here. This is actually the stick I want to make into like a prop for, I don't know, like Halloween or something. This thing's been drying for probably close to 4 years. We'll say 3 to 5 years for argument's sake. And it's this thing's like, it's so fantastically seasoned, but I gotta figure out a way to get these big bends out of it. But I just love how crazy this end is on it, and I figured I could, like, I don't know, I can't carve. But if I could figure out how to do wood carving, it'd be pretty neat to carve something pretty wild into the end of this. And yeah, this thing is just an absolute beast from the east. And actually, it is from the east. That is a Chinese species of mulberry. But so this is actually the finished piece, so to speak. If it was actually, that's not a stick, that's all a branch. Yeah, it's super freaking cool, to be completely honest. And I've been wanting to do like Gandalf style, or like wizardry, goblin-y style staffs, and that just seemed like the perfect contender for it. And I just do this on the end. Sometimes I do it with a knife, but sometimes I do it with a rasp. It just depends. But aside from it being a little curved, normally I'd straighten this out, but I think it's going to break on me. But yep, this is a certifiable shillelagh. what is the saying? With the shillelagh under my arm and a smile upon my lips, I headed to Tipperary. There we go. Actually, you know what? I am going to try and straighten this out, I think. Why not? I don't think I could do any more damage to it at this point. I mean, I could. It could probably snap in half on me, which I did have happen. One night I broke 4 sticks. That was soul crushing, but I'm sure my neighbors got a kick out of it because every time I broke a stick, he just heard me go, "Ah, oh, man." And then I'd break it in a few more pieces and throw it out the door in the evening hours. Okay, come on. And actually, you don't need to be plugged in anymore, Dremel, so you are relieved of your duties. Okay. So. Yes, this is actually for whacking people. This is actually a self-defense stick. That is the purpose of the shillelagh. Or some people use them for all sorts of other things. Actually, when the wood is dry, it's incredibly strong. Obviously not this one. But, yep, they do actually carry these in Ireland still to this day. And they are for self-defense, be it from humans or animals. And then some people use steam to straighten those out, but I just use a heat gun. That is it. Might actually... I'm debating which way to straighten this. I'm trying to... Because I'm going to be pulling on this. And, anyway, we'll see. Gotta take my gloves off. Oh, Steve Larry, what's up, dude? How are you? Man, we should get together and swing hammers sometime this spring, dude. I got my solid field forge up and running just 2 days ago, actually. I'm making shillelagh. Hey, you know my sister. You guys know each other. Say hi. Oh, shoot. Or at least I think you guys know each other. I hope you know each other. I thought you did. Alright, let's see if that'll work. I got enough heat on there. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can get this. Nope, it's not close enough. Let's try it a little bit closer. There we go. Come on, puppy, straighten out. I actually just broke this a little while ago, and I was a little bit bummed because I was bummed in a way because it was gonna be like something I was like, I'm gonna make this a giveaway. It'd be really cool to make it on air. A person whose name I can't see. It's oh, you can see it now. I was gonna say his brother's name. Well, hey, speaking of shamrocks and shenanigans, this is a shillelagh that I am making out of a maple tree from my backyard. Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Small world. But you can see this got a wicked bend in it, and I'm trying to get it straightened out. And the problem is where I'm trying to straighten it out is where I snapped the confounded thing. Let's try it this way. I'll try it again, and we'll try and straighten it out. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, Steve, we are finally coming out of this cold snap that we had, man. That was a pretty brutal one. I didn't expect it to last as long as it did. So I'm pretty stoked that it's gonna be more normal starting next week. Or, well, not as brutally cold, I should say. I was hunkered down. I actually didn't even come to my workspace at all for some time. Over on YouTube, Roy's Timber Art Technique says hi. Hello. Get my heat to see how hot this is. At first, I actually do want to make pipes. I got a Forstner bit for it and everything. I smoke cigars, but when I get sick, like upper respiratory, there's a herb called mullein that I smoke, and it helps a lot with your lungs. It's actually amazing, and it cleans them out pretty good. Over here on YouTube, Roy's Timber says, "Is that blackthorn?" No, it is not blackthorn. We do not have a blackthorn in America. In North America, it can grow for a short period of time, but it gets basically bred out very quickly by what is it? Hawthorn, I believe, is the one that breeds it out very quickly. Does it cause a hybridization? So this one is actually a maple. It's an invasive species of maple, actually, that was in my backyard. Took the tree down about 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, and I cut it into appropriate sized sticks, and I've been letting it season for a while. All right, now let's see if I can get this to straighten out here a little bit. Don't be so mean. Let's see. Slowly but surely, it's coming out of there. But you can see that this is, I don't have a hole drilled in it or anything because I actually compromised the confounded stick. Okay, yeah, about to warm up, freeze. Yeah, warm up. Exactly. When I was making my solid fuel forge, it was like 22 degrees, and I'm like, wow, it's a heat wave. I'm in the sun. It feels nice from what we've been experiencing. And Roy's Timber says, "You're in the UK. Oh, hey, that's cool, man. Right on. Oh, right on. Yeah, yeah. No, I make sticks. I also do blacksmithing. Here is one of my knives I use for kicking around the yard with. I made this from a farrier's rasp. I don't know if I ever showed you this or not. This big guy, and actually the ash wood for the handle actually came out of my dad's backyard. Our ash trees were almost completely decimated in Michigan some years back from the ash borer, or damn near. And anyway, so this is ash from my dad's backyard. This is a farrier's rasp that was used for farrier stuff. Man, I can try and get. Let's try and get that one bend right here. I'm gonna try and pull the whole thing this way. All right, let's try again, and maybe I won't break it completely. We shall see, though. Jeez. Yeah, it is a knife. See, it says, "This spring I would love to come swing hammers and make a few things. I'll bring my tongs and hammers and maybe my guillotine." I actually do not have a guillotine. That would be absolutely rad. Those are fantastic tools. Where did you get it? Anyway, did you get it from Christ-Centered Ironworks by chance? He makes some seriously cool blacksmith stuff. Cool guy too. He lives up by where my girlfriend's family hunts, way up in northeast Michigan. And he makes some very handy stuff. His guillotine tool is rad. Or maybe I could just make one. Ryan, hey cousin. My sister's here too. It's like a whole little family gathering we're having here. Alright. Over on YouTube, whereabouts in the UK are you from? I know it's a big place. Although I will go back to talking about blackthorn. I wish I could get blackthorn. I don't have the stick out here enough to. Oh, I do. Let's actually talk about this stick. I don't know if you know timbers very well, or lumber timbers. I don't know if you know woods out there very well. So I'm going to try and bend this and talk about the stick at the same time. Hopefully I don't go flying backwards. That would be embarrassing. Alright, so this is a stick that I got from, it was a fresh cut when they were cleaning out a park nearby, the arborists were, and I was foraging at the time. And I came across this stick, and I never knew what it was, but it's quite heavy. And it's my favorite stick I've ever made, in fact. And it seems like it could be a holly, a rowan, or a hazel. And those are usually in the UK and Ireland. But I found this in Michigan, and I don't know what it is. I've never seen bark like this before. But this stick is an absolute beast. And I know the 3 species I mentioned can be, like, well, really, really tough. I mean, they've been used in Ireland for, I don't know, 2,000 years. You got it? Etsy? Okay, that's cool. I'm going to look out on Etsy. Yeah, I actually have some swage tools that can be used as like a top tool type thing. But anyways, check out my stick, guys. It's fun. I made this, actually I got this from Elizabeth Park for you downriver, folks. It's my, well, it used to be my favorite place to forage downriver. And then Wayne County took over the park. And it's kind of been like a lose and a win in some ways with the way they've done some clearing out of the forested area. It's like the first year they did it. I don't know if they expected this or what, but the poison ivy exploded across the park, and I got it so bad all the way up my leg. It was horrible. And by the next year, I don't know if they sprayed something or what, but the poison ivy relinquished It's definitely from the park. And yeah, anyway, though, so they were cutting tons of trees, and they had all these fresh cuts, and that was how I got this. Slow connection. It's saying slow connection. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, I got a wooden door, but I think it's still just enough to interrupt the signal. I need to get another thing out here because I got a mesh system. And it seems like I'm gonna need just a little more chutzpah. Chutzpah? Chutzpah. I don't know how to say it. I don't even know what the word means. But I hear people say it when they need more Let's see if that is hot enough. It's getting there. And the stick is like almost hot enough to burn you. That's where it's right about that perfect way to start bending it. Maybe I wouldn't have cracked the stick today if I'd have gotten it a little bit hotter. Who knows? I can say that this stuff breaks really easy though. Well, I can hear it snapping and crackling and popping just a tiny little bit in there. Just the tiniest bit. Woo! Doing great, Ryan. Hope you are as well, Kuzan. Thank you so much again, Brian, for the shortbread recipe. I have been making shortbread like crazy since Thanksgiving. I've made like I think 5 batches, and I gave some away for Christmas to some of my neighbors, and then I shipped some out to LA to Katie, and some to cousins down in Georgia. The whole shebang. Woo, that's hot. We're gonna call this guy as straight as it's gonna get. It's not as curved, still a little bit, but here it is. A maple shillelagh with all its lumps and warts and bruises, whatever the saying is. You can see now that thing got towed up when I cracked it. That is a heck of a fracture going on there. What are you gonna do? I don't know, but it might sit on my front porch. I mean, actually, I'm gonna round that off a bit more. Put this back in the vise. All right. Come on. Whatever. This sleeve keeps falling down on me like a big jerk. Okay, well, that's not bad. That's about as far as it'll go. Yep, that is a good knocker, though. I will say that. Ryan says, hey, that's awesome. It's my favorite at Christmas. Absolutely, dude. Like, I was just mowing on that stuff. Just, like, that was, like, my daily food. And I was messing with different thicknesses. And, oh, man, I like it when it's, like, good. Like, I don't know, almost an inch thick. That's, like, perfection for shortbread. And, yeah, so, and I also typed it up when I sent out the shortbread to my Oliver cousins. I gave them all a copy of the recipe. They're all excited about it, so they can cook their own dang shortbread from now on for Christmas. All right, well, there you go, guys. There is a shillelagh made from a maple tree in my backyard. And with that, I think that'll be good. I am going to go have a cigar on my front porch, I think, if the wind has died down. It seems like it has. So, great to talk to you guys. I had a lot of fun. And I am out. Peace. And okay. I am out of here, guys. I am going to go have a cigar. Have a wonderful day. Peace.